Have you ever had this happen? Your boss comes up behind you and slaps you on the shoulder. Startled, you turn around and ask, "What's up?" And your boss responds, "Nothing much. I just wanted to let you know that I'm giving your project to someone else." What did you do wrong? Nothing. The project was fine. It just wasn't what your boss wanted, and so he took it from you and gave it to someone else. I recently read a book called So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport, and this is one of his ideas. Your boss has a certain amount of career capital that he can invest in you, and if you aren't investing in yourself, then he won't invest in you either. But there are ways to increase your career capital. So if you keep building yourself up, eventually he will notice. In this video, we're going over how to build career capital according to Cal Newport. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Start with a craft. Everyone starts at the bottom. When you first graduate, you don't have much experience. But if you are able to start at a job that allows you to actually practice your craft, then you'll be able to get better at your craft. As you gain more experience, you'll become a stronger contributor to the team. And eventually, your manager will want to give you more responsibilities because they know that you'll be able to handle it. There's also another benefit to starting at a place where you can actually work on your craft. When you're given challenging work early on in your career, you learn how to perform well under pressure. If you're thrown into the fire right away, you learn how to put out fires. But if you don't have any fires to fight, then when the first big emergency happens, you'll run around like a headless chicken. But not all jobs allow you to work on your craft. A lot of companies hire people just to do menial tasks. There's nothing wrong with these jobs, but make sure that you don't fall into the trap of doing these types of jobs too long. Make sure that you're learning something new or picking up a useful skill, even if it's something simple, like learning how to operate a new software. Just as long as it's something new, then it will help you grow. Chapter 2. Be remarkable. For you to stand out, you need to do remarkable work. But before you can do remarkable work, you need to find your passion. And no, I don't mean your hobby. I mean something more than that. I mean something that you really care about. Something that you would do even if you weren't getting paid to do it. If you don't have a passion yet, then you need to experiment. Try new things and see what you like. Most of us spend so much time trying to find our passion that we forget that we can actually create one. You don't need to wait until you find something that you love. You can choose to love it. And once you choose to love it, it becomes your passion. This doesn't happen overnight, but as long as you're putting in the effort, then sooner or later, you will find your passion. Once you find your passion, you'll be able to do remarkable work. This means that your work will not only be high quality, but it will also have some sort of unique flair to it. Your work will show that you are passionate about what you do, and this passion will be contagious. It'll rub off on your boss, and he'll start feeling passionate about your work too. Chapter 3. Become indispensable. I've worked with many people who didn't seem to get promoted as often as their peers, and it wasn't because they weren't capable of doing the job. In fact, I thought that they were more qualified than most of the other people at the company. But there was one thing that they were missing, and that was the ability to be indispensable. To be indispensable, you must be able to do things that others can't do. To do this, you need to focus on developing skills that are both rare and valuable. Once you have these skills, you'll be able to do work that others simply can't do. And this is how you become indispensable. Many of us think that we're already indispensable, but trust me, being indispensable is rare. If you're given a task and you hand it off to someone else without even thinking twice, then chances are you're not indispensable. Ask yourself this: can someone else do my work? And if the answer is yes, then you need to work on becoming more indispensable. Chapter 4. Deliver more than you're paid for. One of the best ways to increase your career capital is by doing more than you're expected to do. This doesn't mean working overtime, but it does mean doing more than the bare minimum. If you're only doing the bare minimum, then you're only getting paid for that. But if you do more, then you're increasing your value, and thus increasing your career capital. This can be difficult, especially if you're already working overtime. But if you're smart about it, you can do more without sacrificing your personal life. One way to do this is by taking on projects that will help you grow professionally. Another way is by mentoring others. By helping others, you're also helping yourself. Some people might take advantage of you if you always say yes to everyone, but that's why it's important to be strategic. Only agree to do more if it will help you grow. Chapter 5. Become an expert. Becoming an expert is the fastest way to increase your career capital. When you're an expert, you're at the top of your field, and this means that you know more than anyone else in your industry, and this knowledge can be invaluable. To become an expert, you need to focus on developing skills that are both rare and valuable. Once you have these skills, you'll be able to do work that others simply can't do. And this is how you become an expert. Becoming an expert takes time and dedication, but the rewards are definitely worth it. Not only will you be able to do work that is more challenging and more rewarding, but you'll also be able to earn more money. Chapter 6. Build your platform. Building a platform is one of the best ways to increase your career capital. When you have a platform, you have an audience, and this audience can be very valuable. When you have an audience, you can share your thoughts and ideas with them. And if your thoughts and ideas are valuable, then your audience will grow. And the more people you have following you, the more influence you will have. One way to build a platform is by writing a blog. If you write valuable content, then people will start reading your blog, and eventually, they'll start sharing it with others. Another way to build a platform is by speaking at events. If you speak at events, you'll be able to reach a larger audience and share your thoughts and ideas with more people. It takes time to build a platform, but the rewards are definitely worth it. Not only will you be able to increase your career capital, but you'll also be able to make a bigger impact in your industry. Chapter 7. Invest your capital. Now that you've increased your career capital, it's time to invest it. The best way to invest your capital is by taking on new challenges. When you take on new challenges, you'll be able to grow both personally and professionally. You need to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone if you want to grow. This can be difficult, but the rewards are definitely worth it. When you push yourself, you'll be able to achieve more than you ever thought possible. Another way to invest your capital is by taking risks. This could mean starting a new business or pursuing a new opportunity. Whatever you do, make sure that you're investing in yourself. This is the best way to ensure that you're able to continue growing and developing. And there you have it. The 7 steps to build your career capital, according to Cal Newport. Remember that It takes time to build your career capital, but the rewards are definitely worth it. When you invest in yourself, you'll be able to achieve more than you ever thought possible. And now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest takeaway that you got from this video? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you liked this video, please leave a like down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.